Alrighty, good morning everyone. Welcome back to DaBoyz GT Live, Day 2, 2022, in upstate New York. We're getting things kicked off here shortly. Just giving our players some time to set up here, move about terrain, and we'll get started.
Actually, I could use some help.
As always, I am Andrea, and welcome. We will be seeing some Daughters of Cain versus Maggotkin of Nurgle on the stream table this morning to start us off.
You're all set, and then I'm going to give you a QR code to scan. And I want you to tell me, I'm mostly looking for feedback on the questions. I want to know if I'm a huge chair.
Oh, we are going to be rolling for some scenery terrain rules here.
I want to know if they look confusing, like to somebody who's never seen them before. And like how I
Sounds like that rock in the back, upper right hand corner or upper left hand corner is sinister.
So if you don't want to send it, it's okay. Here, I'm going to get you a link.
So that's what these dice on all these scenery pieces is going to mean here today. They are the terrain rules. And we'll get some lists pulled up here, and we'll tell you what each of the players is working with here this morning. We've got Andrew on Daughters of Cain and Ray on Maggotkin of Nurgle. We'll start with Ray's list here. And for Ray's Maggotkin of Nurgle here, we're going to see his Feculent Narwhals being set up. We've got Bloab Rotspawned as his leader, a Lord of Afflictions as well, and Festus the Leech Lord. For Battle Line, we're going to be seeing 2 units of 20 Plague Bearers and a unit of 4 Pusgoyle Blight Lords. We're also going to be seeing the Geminids for an Endless Spell and 10 Rotmire Creed. He is rocking some Expert Conquerors and a Battle Regiment. We're going to see the Plague Bearers in that Expert Conquerors, so they'll be counting as 3 on objectives. And let's see what Andrew is rocking here in his Daughters of Cain list this morning.
So the first couple questions are really just to get the information I can find. Right? Next question is
Andrew has a Bloodrack Shrine, a Melusai Iron Scale, a Bloodrack Medusa, 3 units of 10 Blood Sisters, and 2 units of 5 Bloodstalkers. He has the Blade Wind for his Endless Spell, and we have 3 units of 5 Canary Heartrenders. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 2 units of Heartrenders and 1 unit of Life Takers. The Blood Sisters are in Bounty Hunters, and we have the Blood Stalkers in Expert Conquerors. So they'll be counting for 3 on objectives. We see a couple of feculent Narwhals set up here. Or no, just the one, I'm sorry. It looks so much different when I look over and see the table to my right than it does from top down. And we're seeing, looks like some plague bears set up and the blood rack shrine. The mission today is close to the chest. You'll see, I believe, the starting zones are a stair pattern. But we'll get the...
If you did that, I work on it because I know who's going to buy. So anyway, what...
Oh, I cannot pull that up. Give me 1 second.
So this is where you're going to say, like, what type of player you are. Competition.
There we are. All right, so close to the chest is our mission this morning. And the map, at the start of each player's turn, the opposing player is going to pick one of their own objectives to be the alpha objective for that turn. For example, if it's the attacker's turn, the defender picks one of the defender's objectives to be the alpha objective. And deployment is a very interesting L-shaped pattern for both players across the table. And the victory point conditions for this one: score 1 for 1, score 1 for 2, score 1 for control more, score 1 if you control the alpha. So we'll be scoring extra points if they control that alpha objective, and score 2 if you complete your battle tactic.
How far did you travel?
We see some snakes hitting the table here. These are the stabby snakes and not the bow snakes here on the far right. We see those big blobs of 20 plague bears each wrapped around that feculent Narwhal up top for Andrew, or for Ray. We've got more melee snakes coming in for Andrew.
All right, so comments on why you answered the questions the way that you did. So some people from all these.
Yeah, it looks like we've got...
Well, I really need to... Okay, that's great. And I look at these comments. But they're also...
There's the...
Or
I think that might be the blood rack Medusa there.
Alright, so again, this is...
I think we're seeing the rest of his battle regiment hit the table. See all the snakes. This is not a Morathi in the bow snakes list.
What is somebody traveling 1,000 miles?
It is a lot of snakes, though.
Then finally, I got a lot of comments throughout the course of the event about...
If you're just tuning in, good morning and welcome to the stream. Welcome to the DaBoyz GT Live Day 2. We've got some Daughters of Cain, played by Andrew, and some Maggotkin of Nurgle, played by Ray this morning here on the stream table. The mission is close to the chest, and players are still in deployment. We've got 2 big units of 20 plague bearers in front of the feculent Narwhal up top for Ray. And we have a whole lot of snakes on Andrew's side here. Mixture, mostly stabby snakes. We got a lot of stabby snakes today.
Well, I just thought that mission. But but like I would like this to be a if the Marine player base comes back, basically according to it's not very realistic for my team, especially when two people sit to tell 80 players the round mission and whatever every single round.
Looks like we are done deploying. All right, there's the handshake. We are gonna see some models start moving. We'll see who goes first. All right, we are gonna see Andrew going first here. He's gonna generate a command point, or try to. Looks like Ray is also going to try to generate a command point. Mystic Shield being cast on the shrine. He gets it with a 10. Ooh, Ray misses the unbind. Mystic Shield will get cast on that shrine.
I will say that AoS is very much aimed at
We're going to see some units start off the board here. We've got a bunch of, I believe, heart renders here for Andrew. They're starting off the board. Yep, heart renders and a unit of life takers starting off the board for Andrew. And I think we are seeing some units start off the board for Ray here as well. Let me just double check the list. Yep, he's got a unit of 4 Blight Lords that are starting off the board. Magickin versus Daughters of Cain. What's with these real armies? Squigs, Blades of Corn, Bone Reaper Jank. They we were gonna have maybe next round we'll see some colorful stuff. Andrew has turn 1 here with Daughters, and we're going to see some snakes move forward.
Well, you're right. There's some that are like it's
Snakes moving on up.
the majority of the armies.
Most of these are battle snakes, not bow snakes. So we will see. Good luck to everybody, but bring the jank. We do love seeing jank. Jank is fun. Long live the jank. See some more snakes move up. Those larger bases gonna kind of make a nice little blockade there. Nothing's really getting around them. They move. Those ones move up too. Quite far. Oh, I'm sorry. That was the Medusa, the hero that moved way up there. Now we've got this unit scooting over. The hard part is when viewed from above, the snakes all seem to have the same profile, so it's sometimes hard to tell the hero from the rest of the foot troops. Let's go back to Andrew's list here. And we'll get some details on what we might be able to expect from his list here. All right, so we did see the Melusite Iron Scale or the the Iron Scale move up, I believe, off to the right. Oh, we're going to see some Canary come in. Looks like 1 unit to take that objective off to the left. Against the odds, sounds like it is being chosen.
Yeah. But then it's like you have to enforce it on a person.
Yeah, so most of Ray's battle line, or Andrew's battle line, is going to be those Blood Sisters. He does have 2 units of 5 Bloodstalkers, but most of them are going to be those units of 10 Stabby Snakes rather than the Bow Snakes. We do have 2 units, and you see those in the blue and in the black in the back, in the center and then the back there for Andrew. We do have those 2 units of Bow Snakes, but the majority of his foot troops are going to be those combat snakes. All right, that is Andrew's first turn.
And less a lot of players know my round. Okay, not in the running for best channel, not in the running for the top 5.
Sounds like Andrew has 5 points on turn 1 here. Got his battle tactic. Hold 1, hold 2, hold more. We will see what Ray does here with his first turn. And I'm sure we'll start to see some contagion points. Looks like he's got some nice tokens here too. Let's go over to Ray's list and see what we can expect here.
Right. So retain the competitive stance across the whole event and then allow them to
We'll see if those Blight Lords will come in turn 1 here, or if he's going to save them for a little bit later. Sounds like we're still deciding on a battle tactic here. If I can get wind of what it is, I will let you know. Let me see if I can't hear a little better with the headphones. That is a negative. So I will just keep my ear out. Well, those big units of plague bears in Conquerors, so they are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Getting off of these objectives, they're going to be pretty hefty. It's a lot of wounds, and they each count as 3, so he's going to be hard to shift from these objectives. Especially with a little bit more of an elite army like Daughters of Cain. We're seeing some spells rolled, I believe, here for Ray. Carefully measuring between all the units. Snakes here. Let's pull up some of these units and see what we can expect here. All right. All right, so Brat spawned. One of Ray's leaders here. He's got 13 wounds. He's on a 4-up save. His movement degrades. 8-inch movement, which is pretty fast for Nurgle. He brackets at 6 wounds, so a little less than half. I'm really enjoying seeing these big, scary monsters bracket less aggressively than in previous editions. It makes them feel much scarier on the table for a lot longer. It looks like he's got a 14-inch range missile attack. It's D3 attacks, hits on 3s, wounds. Let's see. Got a different profile here. And my webpage is broken. No. There we go. For the vile bile, we are wounding on a 2, and it's at -2 rend for D3 damage. And then he has his Scythe and his Monstrous Claws. Scythe is a 1-inch range attack. Well, they're both 1-inch range attacks. The Scythe is 3 attacks, 3s and 3s, -1, 2 damage. And the Monstrous Claws start at 5 attacks on 3s and 2s. Ooh, with -2 and flat 3 damage. So he can really bring the hurt when he gets into combat. We're going to see him adding 1 to casting rolls for him as well, and subtracting 1 from casting rolls for wizards within 14. So he's going to want to get that big model up nice and near all of Andrew's casters. All right, let's see what else. We're seeing all these plague bearers move up. These plague bearers are in Conquerors.
But I'm assuming too, right? Like, most of you are not. Most of you are not running in 1 week.
Let's pull up plague bearers here. So yeah, there are 2 wounds natively, 4-inch moves. So they are, typical Nurgle, a little bit slow. They are on a 6-up save, as most little demons are, and a bravery 10. And they've got 1 range, 1 attack piece, 4 to hit, 3 to wound, no rend, 1 damage. He gets to add 1 attack to the champion. He's going to probably have 1 icon bearer in there as well. So he can return slain models and battle shock on a 1. Or he can just return 1 slain model to that unit, and no models in that unit flee. Or yeah, on a 1, sorry. Probably see a musician in there as well in that unit of 20. So he can re-roll his battle shock rolls. And then we will see a -1 to hit from shooting attacks that target those plague bearers as long as they have 5 or more models. Bad news for those bow snakes.
So, lastly, we have 3 questions and they're all options. What are some things that you think we do?
Well, looks like we might be seeing some flies come in and on the edge here. Here they come in the back. 4 models, 1 unit of 4. Oh, maybe I misread that.
And then, what are some things that you think we should do? And that's the whole thing. Sounds like a lot because I'm giving you context.
If you're just joining us, good morning and welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to DaBoyz GT Live 2022 Day 2. Maggotkin of Nurgle, piloted by Ray, versus Andrew's Daughters of Cain. We're going to see a lot of melee snakes here. Only 2 units of bow snakes for Andrew here this morning. We still have some Canary off the board for Andrew. Ray has brought in all of his units now at the end of movement here.
Hey, I didn't like this.
I do not believe he has any units left off of the board.
Yes, I didn't.
So yeah, all right, we've got those flies into combat. Let's take a look. See what we can expect for combat from these guys. Spoil Blight Lords. All right, we are looking at 8 wounds apiece for these guys. 8-inch movement. Again, pretty fast for Nurgle. They're on a 4-up stain with 8 bravery. They've got a couple of attacks here. They've got a 1-inch bladed weapon. It has 5 attacks hitting on 3s and 3s, -1 rend with 1 damage. And the flies attacks, we're looking at 6 attacks, 3s and 3s, no rend on the flies, and 1 damage again. And then we're going to see after a charge here, he's going to roll a die for each enemy unit within 1 and add 2 to the roll if they're armed with the Dolores Toxin. On a 4-up, they will suffer D3 mortal wounds. And if the unit has more than 1 model, roll to determine mortal wounds are inflicted after the model finishes its charge, but do not allocate the mortal wounds until all of the models in the unit have finished their charge. And then we're going to see at the end of the combat phase from these guys, we're going to see Ray picking 1 enemy unit with a wound characteristic of 3 or less that is within 3 and roll a die for each model in that unit that is within 3 inches of that enemy unit. And for each roll that exceeds the unit's wound characteristic, the enemy will suffer 1 mortal wound, but he just deleted those Kaderi. They are gone. Now we're seeing some contagion points here being applied. And damage from those contagion points. Got nice green, lovely green dye to represent the contagion points here this morning. See some damage from all that going around. Ray is now going to control that bottom objective. That top right objective is still up for grabs. However, now Ray is going to control 1, 2, and more here. After seeing him take the bottom leftmost objective away from Andrew. All right, sounds like we are on to round 2. I'll see if I can get round 2. We'll see if I can get a score update here for Ray. And we are in the magic phase for Daughters of Cain. We're getting Mind Razor cast here.
Yeah, so that's
We're gonna attempt to see a deny here. I don't think that's gonna do it. I'll see if I can flag someone down to get me a score update here for Ray. Looks like we're looking at a deny range. We might see some Plague Bearers go down here. No. Nope, no Plague Bearers bit the dust. We're going to see this unit of Stabby Snakes get on over. We're going to see some combat with those Puscoil Blight Lords here. We'll see if these guys can bring the hurt. And we'll pull up the Blood Sisters here. Alright, so the Blood Sisters, we are looking at 2 wounds apiece, 8-inch move, 5-up save. They have the Heart Shard Glaive, which is a 2-inch range weapon. We've got 3 attacks on each of those snakes. 3s and 3s, -1, 1 damage. You can add 1 to the attack's characteristic of the champion in that unit. And after this unit has fought for the first time in a phase, and all of its attacks have been resolved, you can pick 1 enemy unit within 1 inch of this unit and roll a die for each model in this unit. For each 2-up, that enemy is going to suffer a mortal wound. So if he gets into those now redeployed Puscoil Blight Lords, they can bring the hurt. He's looking at a little bit of a long charge now if he wanted to get in on them. Now with those flies being redeployed, we're going to see another unit of Canary brought in here on the top to secure that top objective. Looks like he's going to kind of try to keep them right on the top of that objective. And we might see those top unit of Blood Sisters go and assist against those Plague Bears. Those Plague Bears are in Conquerors. Might be seeing those bow snakes shoot. Oh, I think we are still measuring movement. Or no, I'm sorry, we have move on to shooting. All right, here we go. 5 bow snakes into flies. Two mortals. And I think only one at... Oh, we will pull up bow snakes here. Bloodstalkers. And see if that was just kind of a rough roll for Andrew, or if that was about average. We'll see. We've got a same profile for wounds, move, and save again as the stabby snakes. We've got the difference here is that bow, 24-inch range, 2 attacks apiece. So if that unit fight is getting 10 shots, 3s and 3s, -1, 1 damage. 2 mortals and 1 out of 10 shots. Seems a little low, but seems a little low for 3s and 3s. Just a smidge, though. Looks like the flies shrugged it off. All right, we are attempting the charge with the 10 Blood Sisters. 5, 6, 7. I don't know if that's gonna do it. I did hear them say 8. Oh, 8 is going to do that. 8's gonna get in there. He must be getting 1 to his charge. So in go the Blood Sisters. They're going to attempt to really lay into these flies. Maybe take back that objective. That 1 Plague Bear touching the objective does count for 3. Still inside the shrines. The shrine's range here.
Oh, well, I worked on the Wargamning.
Let's pull up that Blood Rack Shrine.
Wow. So I need to. Are you in the field?
Let's see exactly what range we've got here. We are looking for wholly within 12 for the shrine here. We'll want that Melusa unit wholly within 12, so those Blood Sisters need to be wholly within 12, and he'll be adding 1 to the number of the current battle round when determining the abilities gained by the Blood Rights trait. And let's pull that up. Blood Rights trait. Gives a whole lot of different abilities here. So he can give Quickening Bloodlust, which is add 1 to run rolls. Headlong Fury, there's the add 1 to the charge rolls. That's how he got in with that 8 when he rolled a 7. Zealot's Rage, for Battle Round 3, add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made with melee weapons. And add 4 is add 1 to wound rolls for attacks made with melee weapons. And 5 is friendly Daughters of Cain units have a ward of 5. So as the battle goes longer, we will see more and more bonuses here for the Daughters of Cain. And he will be adding 1 for the battle round when determining what he gets for that Blood Rack Shrine, as long as that unit is wholly within 12. Got some saves being rolled. And those Blightlords, I believe, had a save of 4. And we'll see a whole bunch of ward rolls as well here. We've made a bunch of 5s. Look at that. But there's a whole lot of fails as well. $28 damage going on to the Blightlords. Here come the ward rolls. Ward saves. Looking for, I believe it's 5s. There's 6. That's 1 dead fly, 2 dead flies. Looks like 2 and some wounds put onto another. That's half. So far. Alright, we're going to see some flies removed from the board here. Two go down, 2 stay in, and we're going to see them hit back maybe kind of hard here. 11 attacks a piece from these Blightlords.
So there's definitely like a balance of really being this thing that exists so that players don't
Let's see how Ray does with this attack here. Alright, we are looking for 3s and 3s off this blighted weapon attack. Oh, I see some 1s and them to 2. This is the -1 rend attack. Saved 2, 1 goes through. It's going to be 1 damage. And I think now we've got the flies attacks here. Again, looking for 3s and 3s. And that looks to be a little bit of a better roll. It was 12 attacks from those flies. And 10 attacks on the blighted weapons total. So we're looking for 4s here for Andrew to save. These attacks have no rend. Looks like 2 Blood Sisters go down. Yep, two leave the board. 2 for 2 here. But those Blight Lords having a lot more wounds than these Blood Sisters. A whole lot more wounds. Oh, and another fly goes. 8 wounds for each of those Pusgoyle Blight Lords. See a couple more Blood Sisters leave. Now we're going to be seeing some contagion points from Ray here. Seeing the effects, each of those contagion points. We see an extra wound go onto both characters and 1 unit of bow snakes. Onto the Medusa and the Bloodrag Shrine. Oh, okay, and we're seeing 2 more sisters go. Contagion points. They are pretty powerful here. All right, so we have just 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we still see Ray holding that bottom point with that Plague Bearer just touching it, counting for 3. Andrew was not able to take that away from him. He did capture that top objective though. So we do not hold more this turn.
How's this game going?
Oh, it's a little bit of a back and forth right now. I need to get Ray's score.
I'll go grab it.
We just all right, so we have another 5 points for Andrew scored that round. So, and 5 was scored for Ray in his first turn. We're going to be seeing Ray take his second turn here at the bottom of 2. The Plague Bearers are in Conquerors, so they're accounting for 3.
Yes.
And we just saw a bunch of Blight Lords bite the dust, but a whole bunch of Blood Sisters also leave the table. But those Blight Lords being 8 wounds, I think hurts a little bit. Oh no, there goes a fly. Oh no. We saw a fly off the table there momentarily. Whoops. You can see some more mortal wounds being dished out here. Yeah, it's been a little bit back and forth here. They're just starting to get into combat with each other, and those Plague Bearers are going to be, when they get where they want to go, it might be a little scary.
No, do we have shooty snakes?
We have 2 units of bow snakes, the blue ones here and the black ones here on the rock. The rest are all melee snakes.
And no Morathi.
No Morathi. No Morathi in the bow snakes this morning here, folks. Just a blood rack shrine.
So I saw Lil Morathi play in Marcella.
Yeah.
I saw her play a list very similar to this. At my house in a prep tournament.
Oh, okay.
It was actually in the test live stream that we did at my house.
Oh, really?
And
no Morathi for her either.
She died. She lost the Stormcast.
Oh.
But that's not to say that. And she beat everyone, but her boyfriend.
Oh.
Who is playing Stormcast.
Stormcast have just such ridiculously high saves.
Well,
and they can just pump their saves too. It's nuts. They are really resilient. Yeah, they're resilient and punchy.
The Fulminators I think are really saving Stormcast right now. And then I think people discredit the nerf to double shooting as being like this awful thing, but it's actually, the double shooting is still quite useful. And the shooting in Stormcast is still quite good, but obviously
definitely
not as good as the last edition.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're still so punchy.
All right.
I'm
talking to a potential future TO. I'll be back.
All right.
All right, so
we'll see Josh back in a bit. All right, we're gonna see. We saw the Plague Bearers move up a little bit. They are extra slow, so they're gonna take their sweet time getting where he wants them. Deciding where we're gonna put the big monster. Here we go, scooting up behind the Plague Bearers, and I believe those were Rot Bringers.
Are you just good?
Oh, I don't have to explain, but but my friend took all my shit when I flew up here, and he lives in Buffalo. So I've been here. I flew out here on Thursday, and I've had none of my stuff besides my AoS stuff since then. So I'm a wreck without my asthma medication. So I kind of don't want to be here when I can need to go get it. And I'm already too. So. I mean, I'm gonna drive back, but I'm not gonna have my friend. I'm not gonna have.
Let's get some more stats on the rest of the list that Ray has here. Because I can't remember what that unit at 10 is. So we see that unit at 10 back there. And they are Rotmire Creed. I think we're looking at that 14-inch shooting attack there. From Bloab, Rotspawn. It was a 14-inch ranged attack, D3 shots. And let's take a look at those Rotspawn. I'm sorry, the Rotmire Creed. They have a 14-inch missile attack as well. 2 attacks, 4s and 3s. So I believe that's where we're seeing Ray roll here. Looking at 4s and 3s, no rend, 1 damage. However, 1 in every 10 models in this unit must be a Wither Lord, and it has a wounds characteristic of 2 instead. And then if this unit is included in Magic and Nurgle, which it is, each time a disease point is given to an enemy unit from an attack made by this unit, each other enemy unit within 3 of that enemy is also given a disease point. So I believe we will start to see that here applied if he shot the bow snakes there to... Yeah, we're seeing the measuring. Nope, that Blood Rack Shrine is out. But the Blood Rack Medusa is in. So she will also receive a disease point. And then we are not entirely sure what is being rolled here. It might still be from those Rotmeyer Creed. Yeah, it was 2 attacks apiece on 10, so that's 20 shots. So we might have just seen it rolled in 10s. I think this might be the big guy. We're going to see it go right through, he said. Oh, I think that was actually from the flies. Lord of Affliction. Gets right on in. Nope. I think we saved. That was a 6. Can't tell. Oh, it looks like we are looking for a charge from the Plague Bearers here, and here they come. A 4 was enough to get in. You're going to see these little guys finish off these Bloodcesters here, for sure. Still seems like just about anybody's game here. But these Bloodcesters do not seem long for this world. Good morning, Frank. How are you? Welcome back. Day 2. Live. DaBoyz GT. From upstate New York.
I don't know that I would use all of it, but like I think that it's really especially.
And there they go. I believe.
Yeah, no, I think especially
seeing some last attacks here, I think, from those Bloodcesters. Looks like 4. About to hobby and watch the show. All right. Yep, and there they go. Bloodcesters are out. But 2 wounds on the fly. No Marathi is a bold choice. Good morning, Al. Yeah, this is no Marathi in the bow snakes. This is Bloodrack Shrine and all stabby snakes. 2 units of bow snakes. We see 1 unit of bow snakes reduced from 5 to 2. There's just 2 left in that top unit there. The one that you can see that are blue, just above the center objective. Oh well, officially good morning. Good morning indeed. It's been some pretty back and forth here. Pretty back and forth gameplay here this morning. We've got a Iron Scale for Andrew, a Bloodrack Shrine, and a Medusa in the center with those 2 blue bow snakes left. We've got a unit of 5 bow snakes at the bottom on that scenery piece. And then we've got 2 more units of 10 stabby snakes, and a unit of either life takers or heart renders up top. Like, we still have one unit in reserve of Canary for Andrew.
Damn it!
Good roll.
I'm not sure. I think it was a less than thrilled roll from Ray there.
Ray's pretty animated. I like that.
Unfortunately, he's facing away from me, so I can't hear him all the time. I do know what Temple the Daughters of Cain, what player here Andrew is playing. Let me pull it up here. I can find right out. Andrew is on let's see, it's the sub-faction. So Xanthar Kai, if I'm pronouncing that right. His grand strategy is Bloodbath. That Brother Shine has Zealous Order as its command trait. It's got the Crystal Heart for an artifact, and its spell is Mind Razor. That Iron Scale has the artifact Bloodbane Venom, and the Bloodrack Medusa has the Shroud of Despair for a spell. We do see that Blade Wind still up there for Andrew next to Bloab Rotspawn. And yes, he does still have one unit of Canary in reserve. And we see a bow snake rallied back to that unit. Was I able to answer your question now? We're going to see... Oh, the Medusa move up. Oh, you're welcome. And we're going to see these Blood Sisters, looks like, come from the right to assist the shrine. Help keep all of these many plague bearers and that one fly from harassing it. Looks like we're going to see these ones move up to assist the Canary. Let me see if I can pull that up here, Al. Let's see if we can't get what that does for him here. So each time a model in a friendly Xanthar Kai Melusi unit is slain by a melee attack, that model fights before removing from the play. So that's why we saw. Okay, so that's why we saw over here on the left Andrew fight with those two Blood Sisters before they were removed from the battlefield. He was able to strike back, do 2 damage to that fly, and then they were removed. Pretty good ability here for those stabby snakes, for those Blood Sisters. Being able to fight on death, definitely a boon. Okay, yep, here we go. We got the last unit of Canary hitting the board. It looks like, I'm thinking, Maybe they're going to come in. I'm not sure exactly where they're coming in. Oh, compared to the old one, it's a huge upgrade. That's great. Like to see upgrades. Upgrades are good. Looks like we're going to see some Raumeier Creed removed from the board here. Oh, one is not gonna save. Bloab's gonna take a damage. All right, here come those Canary. That means this is round 3, and we'll get a score update here in short order. So at the end of that turn, nobody held more. So it is still just hold 1, hold 2. Now, even though Andrew has left that bottom right point, he still controls it. But all Ray has to do is put one little thing on it, and he'll take it. Not sure he's going to be able to do that reliably here with how slow most of his army is. Those flies do move 8. So they have a lot to get through if they want to take it. He has a lot of snakes to chew through on the way there. Looks like we're... Let's pull up that Blood Rack Shrine here again and see what we've got. We do have a missile attack here, which I believe is what we're seeing. Rolled the Blood Rack Stare, and instead of rolling in normal attack sequence, he's holding the Canary in case the point is contested, maybe. So he did use the Canary up top to take that objective earlier and off to the left to take that objective earlier. They were wiped out. The bottom left ones were wiped out. He had 3 units total, and now I think he's going to use them. We might see them go and assist to get rid of some of these plague bearers. Or they might go up to see if they can take that top objective and get rid of. It looks like we've got some piles of Nurglings up there, and Bloab is still on that point, counting for 5. So I wouldn't think he's going to take that top. I would think he's probably... We might see them go in on those plague bearers instead. So the Blood Rack Stare, you roll a number of dice equal to the number of models in the target unit that are within range of the attack, and every 5 up they suffer a mortal. I don't think we had a whole lot in range there. It is a 12-inch range from that Blood Rack Shrine. It's a 13 wound model, 5 up save. It's got a good amount of melee attacks. And again, like all of the newer books, does bracket way less aggressively than big models did in previous editions. A very nice change, in my opinion. Make those big models seem scarier for longer. Exactly, Frank. Everybody likes their toys to last longer. I wholeheartedly agree. Like seeing those big models stick around a lot longer, be a little scarier. Nobody likes to see their model bracket after 2 wounds. They stub their toe, and all of a sudden they're horrible. Nobody likes that. Much more welcome change to now see them start bracketing around 6 wounds if they're at least a 12 or 13 wound model. All right, let's see, where are we here? Sounds like we're still on Andrew's turn. Especially since most bigger models are 250 points plus now, that's a big commitment. Indeed, yes, I agree. I agree. Much, it's a sizable chunk of your army. You'd like to see it, do a little more for a little longer. All right, we are going to see these Blood Sisters get into these Plague Bearers, and I think we are going to see a whole lot less Plague Bearers in a minute here. These stabby snakes are kind of scary, and these Plague Bearers don't have much of anything to say about it with just their t-shirt save. Uh-oh. Bumping some terrain pieces. It's okay. Get that scenery die back where it was. All right, let's see. Does Andrew have anything else that he's going to go in on? Let's take a look at those Blood Sisters at the bottom and see if they ran or if they just moved. I'm not sure of their movement off the top of my head. They have an 8-inch movement, so I think they might have run, so no charging for them. If he set those Canary just outside or just on 9, he could attempt that charge if he wanted to. And he could attempt to charge up the top with those Canary as well. We'll see if he's going to do that or if we are just going straight into combat with these Blood Sisters into these Plague Bearers. I think we are going, right into combat. Here we go. We are looking for 3s and 3s here. -1 run, they are not going to get a save. Oh, and no, he is too far from that Blood Rack Shrine to have that boosted. So I think they are just still getting a boost just for being Daughters of Cain, but not the extra boost from that Blood Rack Shrine to make it count for 1 more than the current battle round. All right, looks like we've got a whole lot that have gone through, goes straight through. We have a t-shirt save, so we are looking for ward saves here, I believe, from Ray. Still pulling out more dice. Oh, and we have an additional 9 being added. So I'm not sure how many Plague Bearers we're going to see on the table here in just a minute. I don't think it's going to be many. He could spike these ward rolls. And here we go. Let's see. How many Plague Bearers stick around? There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 leave so far. Is that all? Was that all of them? Let's see. 8, 16, 21, 20, 30. 30 die need to be rolled. All right, looks like maybe we are going for volley 2 here. Our second batch of rolls, rather. Each 2 dice that you see Ray move is 1 dead plague bearer. And here they go. Oh, that is all the plague bearers removed. That unit is gone, and that is big. Those plague bearers were in conquerors, so they were counting for 3. That makes it so Andrew steals that objective. Andrew takes that top objective now. Those Blood Sisters bring in the hurt.
All right, I gotta email you.
Yeah, that's big. Now he's gonna hold more now.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
We're going to see Andrew take an extra point this turn, taking that objective away from Ray. No, and we've got, I think, some contagion point damage here being rolled. Yep, and we're seeing the damage allocated for each unit.
Provided my customers but all within this game, so I almost need
There we go. Blood Rack takes more damage. Blood Sisters. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That is the Medusa back there. Or the Iron Scale. She blends in real well with those Blood Sisters.
not miserable. I love doing stuff with you guys, but at the same time,
Sounds like we are going to try to heal some characters. And we do. I guess I am, at least from the top-down view. We see a lot of very same shapes on the tabletop here this morning. A lot of serpentine shapes on the table. All right, we're gonna see an unbind, maybe? Denied. Andrew is gonna deny Ray his spell. And then we'll see the endless spell move, and what's it gonna do? We'll pull it up here as well. That is the Blade Wind.